I'm right here. The ball is going to be off my right shoulder. We talked about that up there, you know, for a low shot. Low shot, high shot. No man's land in between, right? So you can put that elbow not in the front, not in the side, but right in the midpoint there. Have the hand on the club the right way. Have that ball right here. Now look at this. Notice how I'm slightly opened up to the target with my hands in front of the center of my body. Well, I always stand to the handle. I learned that. That was my mentor, Todd. Always trying to make sure that, you know, it exposes the bounce appropriately. If I go, you know, back like this, well, look at the face opens up, and that allows me to slide the club underneath, hit the higher shot. If I want to hit a lower shot, obviously the club is going to have more forward shaft lean, but I'm going to still be in the middle of my body with my hands. All right, so when you watch this, I'm opened up a little bit because I'm going to be at that position at the point of impact. I'm presetting my impact position with my setup, okay? And that's the same is true for the higher shot. I'm presetting my impact position with my setup.
Yeah, I've always had a hard time chipping with a sand wedge and all, so that's why I usually use a 9-iron or a gap.
But for distance from the golf ball, just hold that club right where you would with your right hand. Get that elbow right where it needs to be. Get that ball further back in your stance. That's no man's land. Even more. Right there. Now we're talking. And for the viewer, we always should have about 80 to 90% of that weight on that front foot. I mean, I feel like I have 100. Oh, that was perfect right there. Clean contact.
So one that's I want to hit up a little bit.
Open that face more. And then grip it. Like open it and then grip it. Like rotate it to like 1 o'clock and then hold. There you go. Just trust it.
You want your hands forward?
No, you want your hands to be right in the center of your body. Yeah, that was good. Now the one tip I have for you, connection and chipping is big. And I'm real big with the chipping on making sure people understand you want to get the hip and the grip moving together. Okay, so watch this on a high shot here. Okay, it's very easy to stop rotating the body and just try to do it with the hands. Watch my left hip, watch the club. Okay, and that was hit perfectly right there, and you can see that I'm really feeling, whether it's the high shot or the low shot, watch the connection between my lead hip and the handle of the club. Goes together, right? That's one thing that'll really help you. Hip and grip. That's nice right there, how that came off.
But you want your hands in the middle, whether you're hitting it high
Always,
or low.
I call it stand to the handle, right? The club moves, the handle moves with your center. Here's a tip for everybody. If your chipping green at your home club doesn't have the same speed as the golf course, that's fine. You can still work on your chipping, but just be more thoughtful of picking spots and landing on spots. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that I'm real big on. If I'm to come in here, Cuddle, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go like this. Like the flags don't even matter to me. You know, it's more about hitting spots. And you know, I look at like these 3 balls right here, for example. You know, I think, okay, I want to put a ball right in the middle of those. Okay, so I set up, you know, I'm taking everything I do, you know, is done with the intent of hitting that spot. You know, to me, I'm going to get a lot of feedback from that, not as much of how the ball is going to run out today. Let's take a quick break in the action to remind you that Porzak Golf doesn't want you just playing your best, but wants you looking your best also, which is why Porzak Golf and Johnny O have teamed up to give you a 15% off discount code below. Let's get back to the action. It's good. It's good. And how about this? Say, you know, we don't have much deep rough around here. That's kind of one thing I always tell my players, my Southern California players. What's up, Luke? You know, it's hard to find deep rough in Southern California unless you're at the US Open over at LACC, right? But the one thing about this is more of a bunker shot than it is actually a real shot. I mean, I'm hitting a lot of grass is unavoidable between the club face and that ball. So I have to maintain speed, maintain consistent rotation through the golf ball, and that's what's going to at least get the club face through there. But, you know, one of the things I'm doing to avoid as much of the grass that's behind that ball as possible is I'm still dropping the handle a little bit, which is going to increase the angle going back, and that angle is going to give me a little bit more of a V-shaped swing. Now, what's nice about that V-shaped swing you know, I can really, you see how clean that came out right there? Not too bad, right? For how deep that ball was in the rough right there. And watch, I'll put it like really in a bad spot, like really back it up against the tall stuff here, right there. You know, all that grass is behind it. It's unavoidable, but I don't want to catch every blade of grass in the way of the golf ball. I don't want to catch all that, so I'm not going to have high hands and have this U-shaped swing. If I have the higher hands, that's off a tighter lie. I'm going to get my hands a little higher, get the club a little flatter, and that's going to help the sole of that club slide through a little bit more. But right here, you know, I want the club to dig a little bit. I want it to go up and avoid some of that grass right there. So I have the hands set a little bit lower, a little more of the bunker shot mentality. Look at that. Not too bad right there, right? Normal green, that's going to be a great shot. And that's what, at least a little bit more of a V-shaped swing, a little bit more of a bunker shot mentality as far as the way that we accelerate through the golf ball. Okay, let's hit a couple of those. Get that ball in the front of your stance. Open that face a little bit. There you go. Oh, that came out so good. And here's the thing, that's why I bug you about opening that face though, and having that ball in the front, is you saw how mine came out, you and I hit that the same way, but mine came out dead, and yours had a little more pop to it. Watch, this more open face, there you go, same swing. And there you go. What a great student, huh? Number one mistake people make.
It does feel like you're going to hit it right when the club face is that open.
And it's just a visual thing. It does not happen. It just only happens because, and the person who goes, no, I do that. No, it's because you stop rotating and you know, you just hit it out right rather than rotating. And that is so good. Hey, Kevin Cottle, get right behind me here. Right behind me. Okay, watch this. I'm going to go in the direction of this hole, okay? I have the face pointed over towards the towel over there. I'm like wide open. Ready? And watch, I'm going to swing in the direction of that hole. Look where the ball's going. Okay? That is just something people need to get over. But here's the most important thing. Look what I'm doing. Look where I'm finishing. So many just go. And then they hit it out there because they're afraid, and I think that's because of the face. It's nothing to do with the club face. All it requires is, I always feel like I'm opening the face and trying to pull it a couple yards left. At Forzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.